Thanks for tuning in live to Proline TV for our Thursday night preview. That's right. If you're a member, YouTube member here for Proline TV, you're going to be able to check out John Hardew tonight at 7 o'clock. And that is going to be for two races at Churchill Downs, including the Chicago Stakes. But what we're going to do here, as I mentioned last Thursday, is every week we'll preview the race coming up, or the two races, I should say, the show that John's going to handicap in just a few hours. And hopefully we'll be joined by this gentleman, Jeff Hochman, each week, or at least as often as he can make it, from playbooksports.com. How's it going, Jeff?
Oh, I'm good. Good, Greg. How are you doing?
Doing good, even though it's this is like if you're going to pick like the deadest part of the season for sports, I think we've hit it, because even in football, mini camp's over, rookie camp's over, training camp doesn't start for about 3 weeks. So that's the deadest the NFL is going to be all year. The finals just ended in hockey. The finals are did the finals end in NBA yet?
I think probably tonight, right?
Okay. So there you go. And it's just baseball. Unless, of course, you're into NASCAR and horse racing and golf. And I know a lot of people are like us, but, for the majority of people, it's a little bit slim pickings right now. But we do have horse racing to discuss. And that's what we're here to do. And as you can see by the backdrop here, Thistledown. We don't normally talk about this. Matter of fact, I think the only time we ever talk about Thistledown is we want to bring up the Ohio Derby. So what was it about this race? And I know we put this on the poll. So let's see. What was our poll? Okay, so our poll was, and again, this is the poll that's only out for our members. Now, keep this in mind. So if you are a member, whether it's a $2 a month member or a $4 a month member, the $4 a month member gets to be joined in the poll and to decide which race, whenever Jeff is on, which race Jeff is going to handicap. And Jeff, you had two choices, and it was not really hard to figure out which race they were going to choose between Laurel Park Bent Cat Stakes and the Ohio Derby.
Yeah, I knew what everybody was going to pick. I put the Bent Cat Stakes in there just as a little bit of a joke. Because you see Derby, that automatically means they're 3-year-olds. Any race that you see Derby, that's 3-year-old horses only. So, and there's some name recognition in this race. There's two horses that are coming out of Triple Crown races. So I thought it'd be a fun race to handicap. I by no means am a Thistle Downs racetrack expert. Yeah. So take my pick with a grain of salt. I do like my pick quite a bit. I will say, at Thistle Downs, the last 22 races at 9 furlongs, early types or pressers are 19 for 22. So that's no more than 4 lengths back at the 3/4 pole. So only 3 out of 22 deep closers have won the last 22 9 furlong races on the dirt at Thistle Downs on a fast track. I believe the weather will be fine. I haven't checked it this morning while we're recording it. I did check it earlier in the week, and it seems to be fine.
Where is Thistledown?
Ohio.
I mean, do we know what city? That's not a city, is it?
No, it's something Ohio.
Something Ohio. It's a pretty big state, so I can't really. Yeah. If one of our viewers, our live viewers, knows, let us know, because I'm actually going to pop up the weather deal now. Maybe we can get it, because we do have Churchill coming up on Saturday, so we'll talk about the weather there too. All right, so then who does that eliminate just by that stat?
Yeah, you can eliminate the number 1 horse, Braytown's Baytown. It's 30-1 on the morning line. I mean, this horse was 180.
Because he's a closer.
Yeah, deep closer is number 1. It was 188-1 in the Rebel Stakes. Came in 8th place on February 23rd. He ran in the Arkansas Derby, finished 5th, March 29th. His most recent race was May 10th. He was 8th in the Peter Pan Stakes. He has 2 wins from 13 career starts. Struggles against top-tier opposition, which he's going to face today. His class and speed figures much below the rest of the field. We can eliminate the number 1 easily.
And the number 1, so again, the number 1's a closer based on the stats you mentioned. And look, he was not a horse you were going to take anyway.
Right.
But is there any other closers, contenders that are closers that you would want to eliminate here?
Well, Chuck of Gold is a closer. if you look at his previous races, but I don't think he's going to be too far back in this race. I think
Okay.
the trainer, Ethan West, I think, he learned his lesson that Chunk of Gold can't be too far back. And I don't think the pace is going to be very hot up front. So I think he's in a good spot. Another deep closer that is going to have a hard time is going to be the 5, Extradition.
Okay.
He's another local horse with experience. He has a win and a 3rd place finish from 2 starts at the track. His most recent win was an allowance victory in the slot by 5 lengths. The victory just came back as a very slow speed figure. He finished 3rd on May 27th against Kapaluka. He was beaten by 6 lengths. He has declining speed figures in his last 3 races. I think he's unlikely to finish in the top 3. And due to his running style, he's up against it.
Okay, we just found out that the race Thistledown is at Cleveland, thanks to Ed Burke. And I did check the forecast, and the forecast is going to be just fine.
Excellent.
And this is, by the way, this race on Saturday or Friday? Saturday, right?
Yeah. Saturday, yeah.
So
the last race at Thistledowns.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So the weather's going to be fine. And I'll also check out Louisville in just a minute. But okay. So by the way, I just posted up here are the entries for the race, so you can see them there. And let's go ahead then and get your pick. Give us your pick, Jeff.
Okay. To win, I like number 4, McAfee.
Okay, so the favorite right now, the 3-1 favorite, McAfee. Do you think he's going to go off at 3-1?
No, he's not the favorite. I believe Chuck of Gold is the favorite at 7-2.
Oh, that's right.
You're right.
No,
you're right.
3-1. 3-1. Yeah,
you're right. I have it reversed. Chuck of Gold 7-2. McAfee's 3-1. I think his odds are going to drift up a little bit, Greg.
You do.
People are going to bet Clever again. You got the Osmussen-Ortiz combo on that one.
True.
He's coming out of the Preakness where he had a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Just people know about him from running, in a Triple Crown race.
Yep.
But back to McAfee, Greg. You get Velasquez and Dutro, and we talked about this before we came on. I have a stat here that involves Johnny V, the Hall of Famer. His second time on a horse in any 3-year-old stakes race, the speed figure has improved on an average of 7 points when he is back on a horse. So he was on McAfee in the last race. He came in second to Hill Road, just got beat. He's the half-brother to Torpedo Anna, the 2024 Horse of the Year. So he's got some good bloodlines in his lineage. And he's posted back-to-back similar speed figures at Equibase, 97 and 99. I think he's sitting on a new top in this race. If you add an average of 7 points to those speed figures, he wins this race. Strong 9 furlong dirt pedigree, the best in the field. And this is his 3rd consecutive race at 9 furlongs. The owners, trainers have done a great job of spacing his races out every 1 to 2 months. I think he's going to be closer to the pace, probably mid-pack, right behind Clever again. And the other speedster from the outside, Moplex. He's my top choice. McAfee, win in place. Let's do exactas with the 4 on top. Over the 2, Chuck of Gold. The 6, Clever again. And the 10, Moplex. And then come back and reverse it small. But I definitely like McAfee. I think we're going to get better than 3-1 on this horse, Greg.
Wow. Well, if we do, I think that's a bonus because he's trending in the right direction as far as the sheets are concerned. So that's nice. So yeah, there are some things tonight. I know Kapaluka's trending in the right direction as well. He doesn't have the numbers as McAfee. Like McAfee seems a little bit faster, but he's got the 3 for 3 at Thistledown. So I think that people probably bet him just because of that. So you might start losing value at 10-1. But this horse is what, racing fourth time in how long?
4th race in 45 days and the 8th race this year. And we're only in mid-June, right? Mid to late June.
He's on a 3-race win streak, though.
Yeah, but at lower level competition. This is a big ask. You know, he is coming off a what did he have? An 11-point new Equibase speed figure in his last race, and now he's coming back on very short rest. 4th race in 45 days. Come on, give him a break, people.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the good thing is he's 10-1. If he stays at 10-1,
he's going to be more than 10-1, I think.
Clever again, the 9-5 shot. Like you said, did not run, had some trouble there at the Preakness after getting off to a good start. So, what was he, 5-1 in that race too?
Yeah, he was my original pick for this race. And then I dug in, to some of his breeding, and I don't know. I don't think he's going to like a 1 1/8. I think he's more of a miler type horse. Okay. Look, he can certainly win, and he can certainly win gate to wire. He is definitely the one to beat, the deserving favorite. He's had 2 sharp drills following that Preakness race. And, horses coming from Triple Crown races have run well in the Derby, in the Ohio Derby. So that's why I included him in my exotic. So, yeah, don't be shocked if Clever again wins this race easily.
Did you like him in the Preakness?
I did like him in the Preakness. I had him. I agreed with John quite a bit. We both
this was John and your top pick.
Yeah, we were all over him, and we could not be more wrong. He didn't have the best of trips in the Preakness, but he probably wasn't going to win that race anyway.
Yeah, journalism. Made a nice little statement there, but that cost journalism in the Belmont. And then Master Controllers, a 20-1 long shot, coming off a wire-to-wire win. And Moplex, now you have Moplex here in your exacta here at 6-1. Looks like he's coming off his best race. So we'll see whether or not he's 7 for 7 in the money.
This horse has done a really good job for its owners. They purchased him for $45,000, owned by R&H Stable. He's made $445,000, the highest in the field. Like you said, he's never placed worse than 3rd in 7 lifetime starts. He's got 4 wins. He's got tactical speed. He's versatile. He can stalk the pace. He can win from the outside. He can win gate to wire. He won the Bayshore Stakes by a head, achieving a career Equibase speed figure, a high of 101. The negatives, this is his first attempt at a 2-turn race. It's a challenging post at Thistle Downs, number 10, going more than a mile. He does have 2 impressive workouts leading up to this race. He's definitely a live long shot. Hopefully you'll get more than 6-1 if you like him on the win end. Yeah. But I definitely will include him on my exacta. He could definitely get, 2nd or 3rd if you want to do trifectas, because he has got a lot of speed and he should be on the front end, especially from that outside post. They have to send him.
Yeah, the only thing that I would be concerned with is a bounce. He's coming off his career best. But, hey, he's had enough time, so that's good. And
you'll get 6-8-1 maybe.
And if you get more than 6-1, then I think that's better. Yeah.
But it's shaping up to be a really good race.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And, we'll get a fast track, which I like. I hate handicapping races on muddy tracks. It's very hard for me. So top play, win in place, McAfee, because there is a good chance Clever again will be like 6-5. And if he runs out of the money and, McAfee comes 1st or 2nd, and we get a nice price horse, 1st or 2nd, we'll get a nice place payout. And if he wins, we'll cash them both.
All right, Jeff. Appreciate your time. Looking forward to. Now, I know we're going to talk to you a lot more when Del Mar starts.
Yeah, that's my specialty. That's my hometown track.
Oh, okay.
Not to jinx myself, but I usually kill it at Del Mar.
Okay.
And we'll focus on Del Mar a lot on this channel.
When does that start?
Middle of July. I think it's July 15th, July 16th.
Okay. Another month to go.
Looking forward to your show tonight with John. He had another winner last week.
Yes, he did.
He had a scratch.
He did. 1 for 1. Yeah, we had the scratches in the second. It's like there were 2 scratches. It was my pick and his pick. It's like, come on, really? I mean, what are the odds?
What can you do? I mean,
nothing you can do.
Yeah,
so,
we got to.
I mean, we are going to try to. We had one of our viewers that did ask whether or not when there's a scratch, if we have a different pick, if we can put it in the message board. And I said, yeah, we'll try to do that. I have no problem with that. I'll definitely throw that over to John. And if John does it, sometimes it's just a matter of, hey, whoever's left on our picks, sometimes you just move them up. But that might not be the case. So I'll leave that up to John. So yeah, Jeff, again, I appreciate it. I look forward to talking again either next week or the week after, whenever you're available.
I'll be back next week. I'll see you tonight. I'll be in the chat chopping it up with you and John. And good luck, everybody out there. Go number 4, McAfee, win in place.
Thanks, Jeff. Actually, before you go,
yes,
playbooksports.com.
Yes.
We'll have a link in the description. So I still have to get that from you. I don't think I have. So if they go to, I know it's only baseball season right now. There's not a lot going on. But who knows? Maybe they like wagering on baseball. But if they don't, and it's a matter of football season, which again will be here before you know it, there'll be packages, and so you have the usual. Like we'll send them exactly to where page is, and basically for football season, can they actually order stuff even when we're like a month or two out?
Yeah, I think Mark posts all the packages right now.
Okay.
And if anybody wants to see my previous records in all sports, you can go to the Sports Monitor of Oklahoma. It's thesportsmonitor.com. I've been doing this since 1998. I've been documented there probably since 2002. I've only had 4 losing NFL seasons since 2008. Last year was a losing NFL season for me. So
we're never gone back to back then.
Yeah, never had back since 2008.
Okay.
Everything's documented. You could see it right there at the Sports Monitor. Mark's monitored there. All the top paid pros get monitored at the Sports Monitor of Oklahoma because it shows you exactly how much or how little you have made or lost for your clients in that particular sport. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we should put a link in the description for that as well. Anyway, I'll let you go, Jeff. Looking forward to talking to you again, hopefully next week.
We'll talk to you next week. Good luck, everybody. Stay safe.
Thanks, Jeff. All right. That's Jeff Hochman, playbooksports.com. And we're going to have to definitely pay more attention next month when Del Mar opens up. Anytime you get like somebody that is dialed in to one particular venue, then your ears kind of pop up a little bit more. They bend out. Okay. So last week, just want to remind everybody, as Jeff said, we did have a winner in one of our 2 races last week. And if you were not with us because you were not a member, then you did not take advantage of our winning pick last week. John hit it in the Pegasus with the 5, with the 5 bracket buster. So that was the pick there, beating the 3 to 5 shot. That's right. There was a 3. I think there was Garamond. He was the 3 to 5 favorite, and he beat him easy. It was an easy, convincing win for John's bracket buster, the 5 in that race. So there you go. Another reason why, if you just would have joined us even just last week and tried us out for a month, that's it. You would have, the money you would have made in just that one race could have paid you up for a year right here with our YouTube membership. So that was last week. We have 2 races each week. And again, as we mentioned, our top picks, John's top pick that got scratched last week, and that was Vitality, and that was in the Salvatore Mile. So that was last week. This week, we are going to be taking a look at races 9 and 10 at Churchill Downs. So it's going to be a grade 2 race, race number 9, and that's for the Chicago Stakes. And the morning line favorite in that one is Emery, a 5 to 2 shot, a Brad Cox trained horse. The 5, by the way, is 3 to 1, and that's Fava. We've talked about Vava a few times on this show, so we've handicapped a few of his races. So this is a filly race, filly and mares, 4-year-olds and up, 7 furlongs. By the way, this is one of those late night Churchill schedules. So race 9 doesn't go off until 11 after 10 on Saturday night. And then we've got the late double because we've got race number 10 even though it's not a graded stakes race, no stakes race. It's just a $127,000 purse, optional claimer. Now it's three, and I'm going to go over this with John, but 3-year-olds which have never won a race other than maiden claiming starter or state bred, or which have never won 2 races, or claiming price $125,000. So, and I never have to usually go through any of this because normally, if we're doing races, it's graded stakes races. But now, because we are doing this where we are at, it's really a couple different things. It's just the time of year. There's not as many stakes races available, graded stakes races. Throw in the fact that, hey, sometimes John might just say, look, this is the race that looks better for me, a lot better for me than the graded stakes race. And so let's go ahead and do that, because the name of the game is picking winners, not necessarily always having to pick the biggest race, but picking the big races. We just like we went with the poll with the Ohio Derby, we understand the interest in the bigger races, which is why we always try to check those out first. But again, depending on the schedule, we could always change our minds and go somewhere else. Like next week, there are going to be a lot more options. You've got the Stephen Foster, which is a big grade 1. You've got the Wise Dan. So there'll be 3 graded stakes races at Churchill next week. You've got 5 at Woodbine, but I'd venture to say we're going to end up with 2 at Churchill. But there are 5 graded stakes races at Woodbine next week. And then in 2 weeks, we have the interesting situation where you've got a Saratoga Friday. The Belmont Derby is a grade 1 on a Friday. And I'm assuming it's because it's the 4th of July. So you also got a couple of the graded stakes races. And then there are graded stakes races at Delaware and a couple other tracks. But Saratoga on a Friday, even though we'll be doing the race show on a Thursday, looks like Friday might be the card for us in 2 weeks. And then 3 weeks from now, staying at Saratoga on a Saturday, you've got the grade 1 Diana and also a grade 2 Bowling Green. And then after that, Del Mar opens up with the San Clemente handicap. It's a grade 2. It's also the same weekend where you've got Monmouth, big races at Monmouth, including the Haskell, and at Saratoga, including the American Oaks. So that's what our schedule, that's what the graded stakes schedule looks like. Let's do a couple other quick things here before we let you go. Now, this is what the message board would look like if you are a member. Okay, so if you're a member, this is how we put the message board together. We changed the poll this week, letting everybody know about it. We gave them the deciding factor on the two races that Jeff could pick, and we decided this was a much better way to go instead of just saying, "Hey, we'll put a poll out. You can decide what race John picks." Well, this is a lot better because you get a third race, okay, and that one's for free. But you also, and isn't that better anyway than just saying, "Hey, John, why don't you do race B or race C?" When John would have probably preferred to do race B or race A because those were his best races. Don't you want John's best races? So we figured, yeah, it makes a lot more sense. So that's the reason why we went that route. And not surprising that everybody went with the Ohio Derby. Anyway, let me see here. Let me also post up what it would look like. Let me see here. Let me pop this off a second. And I want to show you what it'll look like in order to, if you're somebody, because I have to change, I'm going to have to switch on over to a completely, I'm going to switch over to my, let's see, let me switch over to my, because I have 2 accounts. Actually, I have like, I shouldn't say I have 2. I have like 8 accounts on YouTube, but I have several channels that I manage. So I always have to make sure that I've got the right one, because in this situation, I want to come from the outside where you guys would be. So I want to be taking a look at it from a point of view like you guys. So let's see. Let me hit it in here as quick as I can. Where is it? Why am I not finding it? There it is. Okay. So let me go ahead and change it over to my other account. And then I'm going to show you exactly what we would be looking at together. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and pop it up. Proline TV. And here we go. All right, now I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up on the screen. Okay, so this is what it would look like. Okay, so there you are. We've got a live show going on right now. So let me take a look here. All you have to do, if you've never joined before, you're a new viewer, this is new to you, you didn't get these instructions. I'm going to do this every week. So you could always find out the easiest way to do it. All you have to do is click this button here, and there you go. This box pops open, and you can either do the win bet tier, $2, or the exacta box tier, $4. This is for the month, and it's only for 1 month, and it's up to you. If you want to keep going, you just keep going. If you want to cancel after 1 month, you cancel after 1 month, and you get at least in just 4 weeks of time, you're able to get a minimum of 8 races. And there you go. So now things are a little bit different, of course, with the exacta box and the win box, because the exacta box is the one that you're going to get more of the races than the win bet. So, and that's the difference. So it's only a $2 additional cost. Again, with the $2 additional cost, you're also going to get the opportunity to be in the poll to decide what races you want to be in. So there's a couple of other different things that you're able to get in there. And here you go. These are the other things that you get. And all you have to do is click this if you want to join. And there you go. You just get your payment information, just like anywhere online. It's real simple. Nothing else is going to happen. And there you go. Now, I do want to remind everybody, as I was just mentioning, because you're going to get the 4 race deal versus the 2 race deal, depending on which tier you have. And the way we have it set up, and by the way, when we started, we were actually doing 2 live on the $4 tier, and then the other 2 would just be recorded and we'd throw it on demand. And those 2 on-demand shows would only be available for the, exacta tier gets everything, but the win tier would only get those 2 on-demand shows. But we changed that. We decided, let's just do all live shows. So everything's live, whether you're a $2 tier member or a $4 tier member. $2 tier member that only gets 2 races, the 4 gets 4, the polls and everything else. So when do you get those races though? Okay, so if you're only a $2 tier member, you're going to get them on the even weeks, the even Thursdays. So right now we're on an odd Thursday. So that means if you are a $2 member, you are not going to be able to join us today for the membership. So you joined us last week and you'll join us next week, and so on and so on. Every other, starting last week on the even Thursdays. So it's that simple, if that was simple. And again, the main thing is just click this. That's it. And then everything else is easy. Click the join button and you'll be able to figure everything else out. If you've got any questions, you just ask. That's all. We'll let you know, because these shows are out every Thursday for free. And I also want to let everybody know regarding some of the comments that we received last week. And we'll have some that we'll throw into our members later, but we did not mention this last week, but LA Boyko said, you guys were great. Such a fun ride. Hardoon is a legend in this business. And I guess LA said this was such a fun ride because LA is not going to pay for the membership. Let's see. Tim R 8241. The other channels don't have John Hardoon. And he was basically responding to what's the difference between those channels and this channel? Or why do I have to buy a membership here with this channel? As Tim R 8241 says, the other channels don't have John Hardoon. Jay Blitz 7245 said, and this was last week, $10 win on Patch Adams returns $44. Parlay 44 on Sovereignty for a total of $144. Not bad for a day's work. Amazing team. And this was, of course, from a wager that we had a couple of weeks ago. That was Belmont weekend, I believe. Also, Bill Copper 7761. $4 a month is against their moral code, but $500 a day betting is within their wheelhouse. Craziness. Terrific job as always. Bet $4 you're ever best. No pun there. Best $4 you'll ever spend. Obviously, we're again relating to the membership. And the same thing regarding to the membership, Jim Kelly, 4751. Like John said, 13 cents a day. That's all it is, 13 cents a day. Told y'all, family, look at it like this. And then he's basically talking to the viewers. Look at it like this. These guys love what they do and love sharing with us. Takes time and effort. So let's buy the guys a cup of coffee each month. I'm broke, but I can do $2 a month. I'm in. So there you go. That's told y'all. Because as I said last week, and I'll continue to say, you can always just look at it like that. Like, don't look at it necessarily of, oh, I got to pay to get picks. If you just want to support us, there's a lot of people on YouTube. That's what matter of fact, that's what the thanks icon is. You know, see that icon at the bottom of the screen? I don't know if I have it here. If I can show you what that looks like without screwing anything here. There's a little thanks icon on the bottom of the screen. And if you use that one, yeah, I'm going to show you right now. Where are we? Okay, let's pop it in right here. Okay, so this is just one of the golf show I did earlier this week, and I looked over here, opened these three dots, and see this thanks icon. So this thanks icon with the dollar sign in the heart, if you use that, then that is just for people who want to support the channel. That's it. They would just support $1, $50. I mean, there are people that will donate whatever they want to donate, depending on what they like about the channel, you know, whatever they feel is necessary to help support the channel. That's all that's for. So that's exactly what was the intent was there in that text and what I was talking about last week. Don't have to look at it as you're paying for picks. Just if you want to support the channel, well, don't hit the thanks icon. Go ahead and do the membership. It's probably the same amount of money you might do on a thanks, and you get nothing on the thanks except basically us shouting out saying thanks for the donation. With the membership, you get a month's worth of picks. So that was the point there, and I obviously could not agree more. Told y'all also said I was just, oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to go back there. I was communicating with Told y'all, so that was really between me and him. And Jay Blitz 7245. This came out after last week's show. John, you did it again. And of course, mentioning the fact that we only had one race last week without the scratch, and John hit it right on the head with the horse winning easily. And that was what you missed if you were unable to join us behind the membership wall last week. Hopefully you'll join us this week. Told you how to do it. And again, if you have any questions, comments regarding any of this stuff with Jeff, anything at all, including, of course, we'll see you members later on tonight, and everyone else that just decides, you know what, I'm just going to subscribe, which is great. If you could do that, that's awesome. Anything at all that you can do to support the channel, we appreciate it. And we'll see everybody again, hopefully not only next week here for our Thursday preview show, but we'll see you, of course, the members in about 2.5 hours as we break down the two